Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the Underdog Pick'em Show on the LineStar YouTube channel. Alongside my co-host, Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville, and we've got your top 5 NFL player picks on Pick'em for Underdog. So make sure if you don't already have Underdog, download it. Use the promo code LineStar, though, when you do, so you can get a nice deposit match. Plus, you can also get 1 free month of the LineStar app, which is the app that we are using to help us find the best value in the player pick'em market. Make sure to check it out. We have a tab specifically for Underdog, so you can see what LineStar's projections are compared to what's available on Underdog. Check it out for yourself at linestarapp.com. And make sure, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, and you are automatically entered into our Prop Bets contests. We put our money where our mouth is, and if we go 5-0 on our player pick'em on Underdog, one randomly selected commenter will win $100. So got to be in it to win it. Make sure, again, like, subscribe, and comment below, and you are entered in. Now, last week, Tyler held it down for us. Appreciate that, Tyler. The band is back together this week for Week 18 to finish the season strong here. Now, Week 18 provides some challenges for handicapping as we look at some of these player picks. What's your overall advice for the way to approach the pick'em market in Week 18?
Personally, I go super light this week.
Yes.
I don't ever play very hard.
Same.
And really just look at the games that matter. The games that don't matter, I really don't pay attention to.
Yeah, you're dealing with a lot of variables. Not only, again, are they playing for something? Is there incentives? Are, we resting players? And so a lot of things to consider as we take a look at the player pick'em market, which we have for this week. And we use the LineStar app to do just that. So we will give you our top 3 according to LineStar's projection. And then Tyler and I both kind of weigh in on 3 that we both agree together. And then we each give our favorite pick of the week on Underdog. So we will start off with Atlanta Falcons running back who's in kind of a smash spot here, Bijan Robinson. We're going to go higher than 95.5 rushing yards. LineStar's projection and the consensus are on our side on this one. Now, Robinson's only averaging 80 rush yards per game, but he has had 90 or more each of the last 5 games. And this is a situation where, as we talked about for Week 18, we've got to have a game where there's a must-win incentive, which there is for Atlanta. They must win, and the Bucs must lose for them to make the playoffs. So they're very much in the playoff mix still, but they do need to win. So that's good for our pick here. And then they're going up against the Carolina Panthers. This is an excellent spot for running backs, as we've seen week in and week out, whether you're playing fantasy or the pick'em market. Carolina 32nd in rush defense DVOA. They've been giving up a ton of rushing yards. So why not go there with one of the best young running backs in the game right now, Bijan Robinson? What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, there's been a pretty simple path to success for this season, and that has been pick on Carolina with whoever is the running back facing them.
Exactly.
And this week it's Bijan, and they happen to just have to win this game. So I think a lot is on that favor for Robinson and for the Falcons to use them as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, and especially you've got Michael Penix back there now, and he's so far been looking like he is really relying on his lead running back to get that offense kind of rolling. He's kind of the engine of that offense right now. So liking Bijan and his spot against a weaker defense in the rushing game this week. All right, next up, let's head to another pretty impactful game. The Minnesota Vikings are going up against the Detroit Lions in a game that will decide the winner of the NFC North. So we're going to go with Aaron Jones here, higher than 17.5 receiving yards. LineStar's projection is around 25, and so the consensus is around 21. Now, Jones is averaging 23.6 per game, and he did have 23 receiving yards the last time he faced the Detroit Lions. And I like his spot once again. As we've seen, Detroit ranks 31st in pass defense DVOA versus the running back position. And when we look at their defense in general, they're very good against the run game. They're 10th in rush defense DVOA, but where they have been susceptible to running backs is in the passing game. So I could see a scenario where the Vikings are really trying to get Aaron Jones the ball in space and use him more in the passing game, as we've kind of seen. And that number at 17.5, I like it here. We're going to go higher. What's your take?
Yeah, this line is just too low. He's been getting over it all season long. And the team, the Vikings, they're going to have to use all their best weapons. And Aaron Jones is one of those. While he's probably going to have a tough time on the ground. They can get him open in space through the air, so I expect them to lean on that a little bit, put the game a little bit more on Darnold, and let him air it out a little bit. And Aaron Jones is a great check down option.
And this is a game that has the highest game total of the week at 55.5. The Detroit Lions are just favored by 3 in this game. We're expecting quite the fireworks show on both offenses in this one. So don't mind rolling with Aaron Jones there. And why not just keep it with the superstars on the Vikings and go with Justin Jefferson as well and do a little team stack here. Justin Jefferson higher than 91.5 receiving yards. LineStar's projection is 97. He's averaging 92 per game. So I know this seems like a super high number, but I mean, this is Justin Jefferson we're talking about. I know he only had 81 the last time he faced the Lions, but I wouldn't expect him to get any lower than, I'm kind of looking at a triple digit output for JJ this week, because that Detroit Lions defense is a different one than he faced weeks prior, because they're very banged up right now. And I think he's in a good spot this week against that pretty decimated Detroit Lions defense right now. Tyler, what do you make of Justin Jefferson, and can he get higher than 91.5?
He absolutely can. And look at it this way. If the season's on the line, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get the ball into your best playmaker's hands. Justin Jefferson is by far that. And I think he's going to get targeted a ton. He has also had some absolute giant games versus them in the past. And, going into the Dome in Detroit, I like Justin Jefferson's chances.
Yeah, absolutely. And no team has more players on their IR than the Lions right now. They've been super unlucky with injuries this season, and I think it's going to catch up to them this week, even though they are the favorites here.
Jefferson also did have 192 versus them last year in game 18.
Wow. All right. Let's hope for another triple-digit output for Justin Jefferson as we continue on. But now it is time for Tyler and I to each give our favorite picks. So, Tyler, what player pick are you rolling with for Week 18?
I'm going to roll with Jaylen Warren, higher than 20.5 receiving yards. Our LineStar projections 25.5, consensus 24.3. Warren has actually out-snapped Najee Harris in the last 4 games, and over that span, he's averaging 28 yards per game receiving. And Cincinnati's allowing 41.5 receiving yards to the running back per game over the last 4. So simple math here. I think Warren's going over.
Yeah, and this is a situation with the Steelers where they're trying to win this game, and they are already locked into the playoffs. But I think it's the difference between the 2 and the 5. So Tomlin has already indicated everybody's playing. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we feel pretty safe going to Jaylen Warren there. I like that pick, especially against the Cincinnati defense that's been super vulnerable all season long. This is not the defense that we're used to seeing from Cincinnati over the last couple of years. They've really shown some susceptibility, especially in the passing game. So I like your targeting the running back there with Jaylen Warren. For mine, I am going to the Denver Broncos and their quarterback, Bo Nix. Broncos are in a must-win situation, and I think they're going to let Bo Nix loose in this one. So I'm going higher than 18.5 rushing yards. LineStar in the consensus on my side here with a 21. And he's averaging just under 24 rush yards per game, has been over this each of the last 3 games. In fact, this is one that we took back when they played in primetime against the Chargers a couple weeks ago, and he cleared that pretty easily. Going up against Kansas City, they're allowing 23.8 rush yards per game to the quarterback. That ranks 23rd in the NFL. And keep in mind, Kansas City, they're going to be sitting starters in this one. It's not really a game they care about that much, but the Broncos do. They need to win. They got to get a playoff spot, and they can do that if they win this game outright. So we're going to go Bo Nix. They've shown that they have a willingness to kind of lean on him a little bit, especially over the last couple of weeks as they make that playoff push. They don't mind letting him loose and letting the kid run. What do you think?
Yeah, I in games where, it's close or they have to win, they've really push Bo Nix to do whatever he needs to do to win, and he's gonna be opening up with his legs a little bit. So I like the spot for sure.
All right, so those are our picks. Just to recap real quick: Bijan Robinson higher than 95.5 rushing yards. Aaron Jones, we're going higher on his receiving yards. Justin Jefferson, higher on his receiving yards. Jaylen Warren, higher on his receiving yards. And Bo Nix, higher on those rushing yards. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, because the comment enters you into our contest. So if we go 5-0, one randomly selected commenter will win $100, and we will announce that on the next week's show. So stay tuned to the LineStar YouTube channel for that. And again, check out the LineStar app for all of the tools that can help you crush it in daily fantasy, in the pickem market. Remember, we have a tab specifically for Underdog. So if you guys play on Underdog, it's a great tool to use. So check it out at LineStarApp.com. And if you've got any absolute locks for us here in week 18, we want to hear from you guys in the comments. We are all here to help each other out, win some money here in week 18. So let's go out and do it. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next time.